Did you know that 40% of actually manifesting comes from the law of attraction? And I don't mean your basic I am affirmations. I'm talking about the action piece that is part of this entire picture. In order to actually receive and attract, we need to know how to do those things, which comes with actually removing the psychological boundaries and barriers or narratives that we've allowed our mindset to place on ourselves. Probably for some of you because of how you were raised, your upbringing, or social conditioning or programming, and redefining and rewriting that code. Actions that might seem so crazy and out of the box, but are actually things that our ancestors used to do a lot. Basic appreciation of the natural elements of creation around us to help us take action and to help us therefore manifest. First things first, the non-negotiable when it comes to actually using the water element to receive and attract is gratitude. It rewrites the code to your reality because your brain actually doesn't know the difference between what is real and what isn't. I've said this in a few videos, and therefore, in order to actually receive and attract, blessings, abundance, right, wealth, for example, money, you have to be willing to rewrite that inner code and understand that by being thankful, you're kind of confusing your brain and acting as if you already have it now, essentially. So we are going to be grateful for the fact that water is a place in our life that provides life, sustenance. It both nourishes our thirst, hydrates our bodies. We use it to cleanse our bodies, right? To shower, to wash our hands. All of these things are things that I've talked about in some of the previous teaching videos if you want to go ahead and check them out, where we dive into different aspects of the water energy. But that's just the first non-negotiable method, is the connection through gratitude, actually being grateful for having running water. And there is a lot of people in this world, you guys, that don't have access to clean running water. And I know that a lot of people sometimes say, well, water in the United States is filtered with all of these chemicals, with fluoride and with lead, and we're not going to forget those things and just bypass that, but we are going to remember to be grateful because it's still water that's better than other water around the world, right? And it's not justifying, because I know that there's different realities happening, but all of my point to say, gratitude is of utmost importance in this practice if you are to actually change things in your life, showing the universe, I'm satisfied with what I have now. I'm happy and grateful for what I have now. Everything I have now is enough for me. But universe, God, source, divine creator, I am open to receiving more. Okay? So the first thing I want to talk about is a flow ritual. It's basically allowing abundance to come to you. It's for resetting energy and calling in opportunities without forcing. You want to first sit comfortably with a glass or bowl of water in front of you and place your hands around it. You're going to take slow breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, and imagine your nervous system actually softening. So you're going to calmly settle your energy, ground yourself into that bowl of water. Imagine and actually feel that physical sense of your palms of your hands around the bowl or glass of water, and visualizing the literal energy water molecules from that bowl of water going into the palms of your hands, like almost like Avatar style. Like literally, it sounds crazy, but it works. And you're just going to inhale and exhale slowly and just imagine your nervous system grounding using those physical senses into this water bowl and releasing and essentially softening. So you're going to be loosening your body, loosening any tension in your joints, in your hands, in your limbs, in your face, slowly, the longer that you do this. You want to say out loud or in your mind, I open myself to receive with ease. I allow abundance to flow toward me. You want to visualize streams of water flowing towards you and carrying opportunities, money, support, and joy. Why this works is because it gets your energy out of pushing, as we said, and into receiving mode, which is when abundance naturally flows. Number 2, mirror water affirmations. This is something that I think a lot of people actually sleep on, but using water as a reflective portal for your subconscious by basically filling a bowl with water and looking at your reflection in it. It softens that self-judgment. Just take a peek and just look at yourself for a minute and really soak in that reflection. Look at both of your eyes, look at your surroundings, take a look at yourself, and breathe in and breathe out. We're still practicing mindful breathing, slow and intentional breaths. You want to say affirmations like, my blessings find me easily, what is mine flows to me, I'm aligned with prosperity and peace. Why this works is because water reflections activate the part of you that understands abundance is allowed and not earned by struggle. Number 3, This is a very important one, something you can do in your everyday life because you shower every day, and it is a shower visualization. Imagine water rushing away, washing these old beliefs down the drain. Visualize the drain pulling out scarcity, okay? So as the water is running, you're just using your senses again in this moment to feel how it feels, the pressure of the water on your skin, and just imagine it taking away as you take slow, deep, intentional breaths at the same time. Anything that's literally not serving you, anything from the day, anything that made you feel less than or unworthy, anything that really bothered you, we're just washing it away down the drain. Any scarcity or lack down the drain. Even if you guys are feeling these things or experiencing actual lack or poverty or fear, or any insert whatever lower vibration negative mindset, you can still live life and be real with yourself and be in reality, but also remember that this creation is for those that are aware of what's going on. And it's very important that you recognize the power of your thoughts and your words, sort of weaving spells in your everyday life, right? That's why we always say your words are spells. That's why they call it spelling. So actively speaking out things into your existence can happen and make a difference. And the more aware that you are of yourself in these generational things happening in your life, or who you are, or what maybe is transforming, or that the simple fact that things are changing in your life, the more that you sort of realize the universe is working in tandem with you as you start to see your thoughts and your words manifest in front of you. So this woo-woo practices are really not that woo-woo when you think about how ancient it is and how it's really just intentional and mindful practices in your everyday life, through breathing, through your everyday habits like showering, to use those moments intentionally to manifest and co-create with God, Divine Source, Creator, for more abundance in your journey. And it's not something that will shift overnight, but it's definitely something that can change over time. The more consistent you are in this practice, and the more you believe that you are supported throughout it. And that's why gratitude is also important. It kind of accompanies with prayer, right? Because you're grateful even when you don't have that thing right now. You're grateful as if you already have it. You want to end with, I am open, I am ready, let it flow. You could also say, I am open to receive, I am ready to receive, let it flow to me abundantly. You couldn't say that. Number 4 is water and moon charging for magnetism. I haven't tried this yet, but I think I might. I just need to figure out the logistics, because I think you might need to actually be able to see the moon. But basically it's for an extra boost and intention setting. You can do this on a new or full moon by placing a jar of water on your windowsill and holding it and saying your abundance intention. Use the water the next morning to sip a little, wash your hands, sprinkle a little bit on your wallet or savings jar, anoint your door frame, water a plant representing your growing prosperity. And this works because the moon and water, which go hand in hand energetically, amplifies your emotional magnetism, which is the frequency abundance responds to. Number 5 is flow journaling with water beside you. I really love this one. It's for loosening stuck or rigid thoughts, and you can write about what you want without worrying about the how. What flows easier in your life. You can write about what abundance feels like emotionally. Does it feel like peace? Does it feel like ease, excitement, freedom? What do you feel when you're not worried about money, when you're not worried about time, right? An abundance of whatever that abundant thing you need. In this case, we're kind of using money as a more prominent example. Really emphasizing what that feeling is for you. Freedom, excitement, ease, peace, the ability to give more as well, right? And this works because it builds that internal flow, right? Rewrites that internal code that attracts the external flow. Tap into the water energy in a way where you are grateful and where you are intentional about its use, not only in your daily habits through things like washing your hands and showering, but in other ways that you can kind of add as a bonus if you want to, and if you have the time to, right? You know, through journaling, having the water beside you, through grounding by actually holding that water bowl and saying the intention, through the mirror energy by seeing your reflection. So these are just a few examples to help you start to get that practice going. And the rest of this week is going to be other videos, more sort of meditative, scenic, aesthetic videos on the water element. And as we head into December, we're going to tap into more specific aspects of water energy itself rather than the water element, and do a recap before the month of December. And thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I hope that this quick video and teaching helped you. Turn notifications on for more videos. And until next time, collective, go and grow.